Sheena Ringo, we are back to check out more of the Japanese singing legends music because, as I said in the last video I did, it's weird. I've kind of like heard so much about her reputation. I've heard her on like live performances, Tokyo Jihan. I've kind of heard her appearing on songs from people like little bits here and there, but I've never just jumped in and checked out the essential super famous songs. It's weird. It's like I've gone all the way around the edges, but never actually just addressed what songs have made her famous, and that's what we are here to do. Now, the last song I checked out, and really the first one on this journey, was the song Gips, which was very much an old school song. It was from 2000 and really kind of gave us just an idea of, okay, this is just a straight pop rock song, but with the Sheena Ringo flair that I think was kind of indicative of what would go on to... You could see where the roots of the Sheena Ringo we know now come from. I say that as someone who only knows, like I say, kind of like very peripheral things about her. But today we're going to jump into the one that comes up top on her popular list if you go to the YouTube channel. By the way, I know this might not be her most famous song ever because a lot of her songs were posted quite a while after they came out. I mean, YouTube only started in 2005, and obviously songs like Gips that came out in 2000. So I understand the YouTube figures might not always be indicative of exactly how popular songs are, but this is both her most popular and her second most popular song on her YouTube channel. So that makes me think this is probably a song that fans would at least stand by. I know that the most popular by numbers songs are not always fan favourites, but I'm going to say this is probably one that we should be checking out. Interesting thing is here is the title of this song rather grabbed me because look, my Japanese is enough to have a conversation. I'm not like super fluent or anything, but I get by. But the interesting thing is this song is called Nagaku Michiai Matsuri, basically long, short festival. Like long and short festival. I don't really know what that means in this context. It's an interesting name though. Something tells me that there's going to be nuance in the lyrics that is maybe going to evade me. So if I don't quite understand the full meaning by the end, let me know. But I'm mostly here to check out the music really. As you guys know, songwriting for me, the ability to craft beautiful notes and arrangement is the number one skill. And that seems to be something that has always been a core thing, Sheena Ringo is always around good music, it would seem. So let's check this out. Anyway, enough waffle, let's get into it. This is the most popular song by YouTube stats from Sheena Ringo. Let's go. 96 million views. I did not expect that. Wait, I've heard this before. I've definitely heard that chorus before. But I haven't sat down and listened to this one before. So let's see what this song is about. Because the auto-tune thing caught me by surprise. Loving that funky double bass back there. Yeah, I think I've only heard the chorus because I don't recognise this bit. Tabla drums in there. I'm loving this sort of mix between pop and also very jazzy. The electric piano. That is very funky. I feel like the electric piano might be MVP for me right now. So soulful. But the bass and the brass. Ooh, we can feel the counter rhythms all layered on top of each other there. Little 808 clap. Okay. Did I miss something in this video? Yeah? What did I say? I think that might have been in Spanish. Starring Sire. Okay. There is a lot of questions I have on this one. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. This one, super catchy. Super funky. So much I like about this. But if you are a fan of Sheena Ringo, I'm going to have a bunch of questions for this. I don't usually try to push engagement by saying, hey, get in the comments and tell me what you think too much. But this one, I've got some genuine questions I really want to open up and check with you guys. First things first, let's just get the obvious out of the way. I can see why this song is popular. Chorus is catchy. The instrumentation is so lush. It has this quality that, ironically, I've been recently listening to the most recent Yorushka album, and it's a similar thing where you have certain styles of writer where, certain style of writers work very well with kind of like produced sounds and crafting everything to this kind of perfection way. And then you have certain styles of songwriters where they work more with very lively and tangible sounding instruments is the adjective I often use. And this is definitely something that seems to be very much in Sheena Ringo's Livehouse. And you listen to this song, Wheelhouse, and you listen to this song and it's just so like alive with these funky sounds and just the way that, I mean, that bit where you have the electric piano, you have the brass, you have the double bass and all of that with like the little percussion going on, just beautifully layered over the top of each other. It sounds just so lush and so engaging at the same time as feeding you into this chorus, which is fantastically catchy. But here's where we get in with some of the questions. First things first, I don't know who the other guy was. It's like there's no featuring on this. There's nothing saying featuring. Who was the other guy? I don't know. Let me know. Second thing, why the produced voice, Sheena? That didn't work for me, not at all. I felt that just felt wrong. It didn't sound, especially with the song sounding so lively underneath. Sheena's voice was produced to the point of sounding rather dead. I don't get that. To me, if someone can tell me the reason, I would love to know. I'm assuming it was just an artistic choice. I'm not one of these people who, you get some people who are like, they hear any compression, oh, it's evil. Any auto-tune, oh, it's evil. Some people just hate certain things. I'm kind of open if you want to use auto-tune or like pitch shifting or any of these sorts of production, that's fine. But her voice sounded very produced here in a way that I don't think actually benefited the song. If anything, I think it would, I mean, I'm now starting to realize why the live version, I'm assuming she doesn't have these effects on her voice live. I'm now starting to see why this version is probably so popular. I might give that a listen. But yeah, I don't get the vocal thing on this. I think Sheena's voice does not shine in this song because it's kind of not allowed to by the production, which is weird. So I don't get that at all. I will say though, the fundamentals of the song and the melody that she is singing, really good. Really like that. Next thing, what did I miss in this video? Did he do something in the club? Is this? I want to sort of run through this a bit quickly. Okay, all right. So she goes into the club. What the hell happens that ends up with her like assaulting a guy in 2 different ways? So she goes in. She starts. And this is why. Listen to Sheena's voice here. It just doesn't. It just sounds overproduced, and that's the usual quality that we get from her voice. But the melody's beautiful. I love the catchy melody. Yeah, no idea what's going on in this video. I clearly missed something. Someone let me know. Whilst you're criticising, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people going, Howard, the vocal effects aren't that bad. I'm just being honest about my opinions on this. I think she's got a fantastic voice. So I don't. She's one of those singers. I mean, you know how I said some songwriters work better with songs where they kind of produce it quite heavily. Some people work with those really produced sounds. Some singers work kind of well with fairly produced vocals. I feel like Sheena's whole vibe, she just works with she's got that good natural thing going on, both in the vocals and in the instrumentation. So yeah, just for me, that didn't click as well. I am tempted to check out the live version. I might well do that, but I have to be honest, this one for me, this fits into a rather comfortable territory where I can definitely see why this is popular. I've definitely heard the chorus in Japan. Just kind of, it's one of those choruses. I've heard it out and about probably, or just it's come up. I'm not kind of surprised when you this song actually came out in 2015. And so, that was around about the time that I actually relocated over to Japan or, left the UK. And so, yeah, this would have been a song that I would have probably heard quite a lot at the time. And obviously you get like nearly 100 million views, your song's going to be played a fair amount. But I had never really heard the song all the way through or really grabbed the context. For me, honestly, really see why it's a top single. Not perhaps a song that for me feels like it highlights the best of Sheena Ringo, but it does show some things. It shows like the ability to write a really catchy chorus whilst also keeping a song that has this kind of fundamental, almost like jazz jamming kind of thing happening at the same time. Really enjoyed that. I think there's a lot of the quality aspects, but do you know how I said at the beginning, the most popular song by an artist is not always the fan favourite? I really want to know what fans think about this, because this to me feels like one of those songs where, yeah, it's probably like a legendary song for some, and for others it's like, yeah, that's not really the best. I really want to know, if you're like a diehard Sheena Ringo fan, Andy from my community, Andy, tell me what you think. If you're a diehard Sheena Ringo fan, I'll be really interested to know what people think about this one. Definitely enjoyable, definitely a single, not one that I would rush back to as much as some of the other Sheena Ringo stuff I've heard. That's my review. Get in the comments, tell me what you think. Maybe tell me which song you think I should check out next, because I'm just kind of meandering a little bit here. I'm thinking I might check out a bit more Tokyo Jihen as well, so just give me some Sheena Ringo advice. And remember, I do the studio versions, I'm not doing the live versions yet. I always believe if you want to learn about a song, you have to hear how they created it when they were in the studio and they had all the time in the world to make the song how they wanted it. So I always start with the studio versions, but tell me what song you think I should check out next. And until I hopefully see you very soon for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao.